Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Xenosaga Episode 3. Alright, I took care of the enemies up here. Let's go through here first, before we go through that other door. What do we have in here besides glitchy floors? This seems to be some sort of data room. Okay. Well, let's see. I guess we'll just start up here.
Data access approval granted.
View Data 1? Sure. Observation regarding Ernest Luis. Appointed Chief of the 1875th Special Ops Command in place of Sean McCallum, shortly after McCallum was arrested in a plot devised by Yuriev in 4667. He is a stickler for following rules and will never disobey an order from his superiors. Upon McCallum's capture, he was given the order to arrest the Abraxis detachment. So apparently I just have to hit all these? That seems like not a puzzle.
Data
but okay.
access approval granted.
View Data 2? Sure. Leader of the anti-UMN... observation regarding Alexei Tsiolkovsky. Leader of the anti-UMN organization VLV in TC 4667, and an extremely gifted engineer with a penchant for becoming emotional. The respect he garners from the organization stems from his decisiveness and strong leadership qualities. Do we have anything up here first? Nope, can't blow that up. Can't blow that up. Okay.
Data access approval granted.
Thank you. I appreciate that. View Data 3? Sure. Observation regarding Klaus Torres, the only son of Irene Torres, president of the Torres Foundation, which primarily deals with the immigrant fleet and the spaceport industry on planet Abraxis. He was brainjacked by a mysterious individual while at a summit held to help bring the immigrant fleet and Galaxy Federation together. He committed suicide in virtual space.
Data access approval granted.
Data 6. Government issue Galaxy Federation... observation regarding Zora. Government issue Galaxy Federation made secretary-type android stationed as Dmitry Yuriev's assistant. An existence like Zora's, an android made entirely of artificial parts, was hardly uncommon in the TC 4600s, before Realian technology became practical. It is said they were more highly valued than human workers' memories... I guess because of their memories and precision of their works. Type with a variety of external appearances were made to suit the needs of various applications. As a secretary type, Zora was made in a female form, although that sexist way of thinking was met with more than a few complaints. Jeez, 5,000 years in the future, and they still have problems with
that. Data access approval granted.
View Data 5? Sure. Chief, observation regarding Sean McCallum, Chief of the 1875th Federation Police Special Ops Command. He displayed absolute obedience to orders given from headquarters, a fundamentally stubborn man, yet thoughtful in his consideration for his subordinates, especially Yan Sauer. Perhaps it is because he worked for Yan's father. He displays an understanding and compassion like that of a father figure. Understanding with a space in between it. I think we've hit the point where they were just trying to get this stuff out.
Data access approval granted.
I wonder if this is Kanan data. View Data 4? Sure. Observation regarding Kayla, prototype Realian with program Kanan installed. Confidant of Wilhelm and an acting server for the data collected by the other Realian running program Kanan stationed throughout the star cluster. Yeah, I think that should be the others plural in there.
Data access approval granted.
I mean, really, for all the writing that had to go into this game, only finally hitting some major problems. View Data 7? Sure. Observation regarding Donald Marquand. Temporary representative to the planet Abraxis, Archon Zone during the late TC 4600s. Amidst a climate of reconciliatory policies between the immigrant fleet and the Galaxy Federation, he was suspected of controlling a far right-wing organization in favor of the Federation. In an effort to wipe away the scandal, he assembled a group of children who had inherited the bloodline of the immigrant fleet in Abraxis' galactic control and formed the Goodwill Ambassadorship. He held an amnesty summit to bring the immigrant fleet and Galaxy Federation together. However, the event was targeted by a mysterious individual. He resigned as a result of an investigation into his involvement in the ambassador lockup incident. Of course, the mobile game that starred Ziggy was never released here, as I've mentioned. View Data 8. And it's also a mobile game, which makes it even more difficult to play. I mean, I don't think... When I say mobile game, I don't mean iOS. It's a little bit before that time. Observation regarding Mikhail Ortman. A skilled operator for the Federation Police Special Ops Command. He was well-versed in all things regarding the UMN and other networks. He supported the Special Investigations Unit from outside as they dove into the virtual space within the UMN. He was killed in the line of duty, a victim of brainjacking while on a case.
All data checks complete. Releasing main room lock.
Thank you. Data access approval granted. Clearly, I should have started at the bottom. View Data 9? Sure. Observation regarding Melisse Ortis. Female investigator placed in the 1875th Special Ops Command immediately following her graduation from the Federal Police Academy. A no-nonsense woman with a strong sense of personal justice. Quick to act on her convictions, she often led her team into danger. In TC 4667, she was held for questioning by the Federation Police as a suspect in the pilgrimage meeting case. She was later released and placed in a medical facility on the grounds of her unsound mental health. Shortly after her release, she disappeared. Her name resurfaced in 4669, crediting her for the creation of Scientia, a unification of several anti-UMN terrorist groups from around the Star Cluster. This is some sort of data room here. It will take several hours to view all of this data. I recommend downloading it to the database. Download the data? Sure! Special item acquired, update file 05. Speaking of, there are only 2 left. So, we've got update file 01, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and that's it. I don't know how many there are, though. Database. Characters. Ernst Louis. I think that this is going to be the exact same, yeah. I'm guessing that the... leader of an I wasn't paying that much attention. I am guessing that all of these were characters in that game with Ziggy. So I'm not going to be reading those all because it looks like it's mostly the same information. Maybe in some cases slightly rewritten. Like Eric, he supported the Special Investigations Unit from the outside, yeah. So, I mean, it's basically just rewritten stuff. And the story section is 100% now. 4 Histories of Abraxis. History of Abraxis 01. In TC 4667 on the planet Abraxis, in the demilitarized zone, a meeting was held in order to improve relations between the Galaxy Federation and the immigrant fleet. And there, in that place of discussion inside virtual space, an incident occurred in which the Goodwill Ambassador and diplomats were imprisoned. The Galaxy Federation Police 1875th Special Ops Command dispatched a special investigation unit to the planet Abraxis with Jan Sauer as its captain. I'm guessing that this is one of the reasons why the name was changed, probably because throughout the mobile game it was always referred to as Abraxis, and it wasn't until you get here to the 3rd game that you realize, oh, that was Micdom the whole time, kind of thing. That's just my guess. The name that came up as a suspect was Voyager. Besides that codename, nothing about him was known at all. He was a mass murderer who had committed one heinous crime after another, targeting women and children. When Yan arrived at the scene of the crime, he initiated a dive into the virtual space and hurried to the location where the ambassador was being held. Near where the diplomats were being held, they came under attack by macrophages. That attack resulted in the deletion of one of Yan's comrades, Eric Weber. Being deleted in virtual space means death in the real world as well. At great cost, Yan's group arrived at the diplomats' location, but what they saw there was a group of young children performing self-deletion and ending their own lives. History of Abraxis 02. After the incident, the Special Investigation Unit rejoiced when Eric miraculously came back to life, but the doctor who visited them, Sharon Rosas, declared that Eric's recovery was unthinkable under normal circumstances. Without finding even a single clue towards solving the ambassador kidnapping incident, a new mass murder incident occurred. The target this time was the designer children known as Salvatore's children. The children had been embryos in a nursing plant, genetically modified and intended to be raised for important positions in government. Voyager was once again suspected, but the Special Investigation Unit was unable to confirm it. Not long after the incident at the nursing plant, a party sponsored by the Torres Foundation was planned to be held inside the UMN. Even the head of the immigrant fleet, Patriarch Julius himself, was to be invited to this large-scale party. Wary of terrorism by Voyager, the members of the Special Investigation Unit stood guard. Suddenly, Irene Torres, the president of the Torres Foundation, suffered a seizure. She spoke a series of mysterious words and then collapsed. Certain that this incident was Voyager's work, the Special Investigation Unit moved to catch the perpetrator in a trap. Yan's team caught up to the suspect, Klaus, but he killed himself before their very eyes. To obtain History of Abraxis 03. To obtain information about the incident, Yan pushed aside Sharon's objections and performed a dive into Klaus's brain. Gazing into Klaus's memory, Yan's group learned that Klaus had been collecting something called endorphin programs and had been doing so in preparation for meeting someone. Yan once again visited Sharon's residence to hear the results of her investigation. Sharon told him that the endorphins he had obtained had the effect of stimulating activity in a certain part of the brain. Sharon also told him that both the diplomats and those who had provided DNA to the nursing plant had been pure-blooded Abraxis natives. The people of Abraxis, and all descendants of the immigrant fleet, are born with that part of their brain developed. Sharon, too, had the blood of the immigrant fleet in her veins. She told Yan that the citizens of Abraxis had once been called the people of Zohar. History of Abraxis 04. At the end of numerous difficult battles, the Special Investigation Unit finally discovered Voyager's identity. However, the person they found was not the hideous monster they had expected, but someone they had never even imagined. Voyager said that he had the power of the Zohar, and that to fulfill his contract with Udu, he must gather large amounts of endorphins. Yan was certain from Voyager's words that his next target was the pilgrimage meeting, where large numbers of Abraxas citizens would gather. Sharon and Joaquin, too, were participating at the cathedral where the pilgrimage meeting was taking place. The Zohar began to glow, as if responding to the prayers of the participants. The space around it turned to crystal, and the participants disappeared one after another. Voyager and Yan faced off before the awakening Zohar. To fulfill his contract with Udu, Voyager ended the lives of his final targets, Sharon and Joaquin. For the first time, Yan saw Voyager's crime with his own eyes. The bodies of Sharon and Joachim lay before him. His world overcome with despair, his fight with Voyager entered its final stage. But Yan stood no chance against Voyager, the Testament. As his only method of resisting Voyager's will, Yan ended his own life. And that is the story of, and I'm completely blanking on what it's called. That is the story of the mobile game that featured Ziggy. Isn't it great when games just tell you all the stuff in the game in the portions of the games that you couldn't play, rather than, I don't know, letting you play them? Hope the enemies are not back. They probably are, though. It doesn't seem like it. Zohar Isolation Research Ward, North Gate. The gate is currently locked. Okay, so we have to come down here. Well, that's a pretty deep shaft. Nope, nope, turn around. Turn around. Dang it! Take it off over there? Nope, I guess not. Guess we'll get up there some other way. Well, that looks like something, but apparently isn't. No, apparently it's just decoration. 7 enemies, wow. Maybe I should have tried for a combo against this guy. Nah, no, we took care of him. Your evasion is really good, Jin. I'm impressed. I don't know if character evasion modifies ES evasion. I mean, I don't recall there being an evasion stat for the ESs. I see treasure chest up there. Yay! Back attack! I like back attacks. I'll attack the same one. Excellent. Get your hit points back. Alright, looks like we can get off there. Huh. Interesting. That looks like that's going to be a puzzle. Let's see if we can get off here somewhere. There we go. Disembark the ES. Yes. Alright, I did see a treasure chest up here somewhere. Question is, where exactly? I assume that, yep, we had to do that. Acquired life leech ring. Newly acquired. Hit points drain. Well, it's actually kind of interesting. I don't know that I'll equip it. I think there are much better rings, and I think that might be the only item up here. Let me double check. And yeah, it looks like that's all that's here. Nope. Yep, everything else is broken down. I'm impressed that so much of this is still working, though. Alright. Now, this puzzle, let's see. Alright. I believe we what? That one and that one? Or do we hit the other ones? I'm guessing that I'm actually kind of thinking that I'm doing this wrong. I think I need to get the other ones. But I've already started. Disengaged lock. Entry permitted. Zohar storage room. Well, hey, that works. I guess I did have it right. Oh my, that is a really deep shaft. Uh-oh.
What is this place?
Crap. I think I'm about to get into a boss fight, and I'm not set up correctly for it. Hold on a moment. Alright. Fixed everything.
It looks like some sort of experimentation ward.
Yay, Alan said something. What is it, Jin? Yeah, that's a place where the... Oh. Okay. Hello?
If you're here, that must mean Pellegrini is dead.
Only because she didn't ditch out of her machine after we kicked its butt.
You killed your former love, yet you still live on.
It's kind of her own fault. She attacked.
I'll compliment your tenacity, Uzuki.
I could say the same to you, Colonel.
Look at the remains of a dream. The final product of human intelligence, human technology that can surpass even God. The end result of desire for forbidden power. The very definition of a nightmare.
Yeah, sounds like you.
You're the one who repeated that nightmare, Colonel.
I, too, was unable to rise above my human existence.
Well, that's just an excuse.
It may have been I who sealed this planet into a nightmare. You could say I was pure. If I'd stopped to think for a moment, it all would have been obvious.
Maybe you should have stopped to think for a moment.
But the word martyrdom seduced and clouded my eyes.
Alright, that makes a lot of sense considering where you're coming from.
Colonel, for that word, your followers believed in you and laid down their own lives. So why are you here? Why are you not beside them?
Uzuki, those who died with their beliefs were the happy ones. But what about me? There's nothing more pathetic than a pet who's been abandoned by his master. Lacking the strength of the wild, he merely exposes his pitiful form to the world and waits to die. But it is the same for you. Ormus, Vector, the Federation, Miltia. All of them were nothing but actors for the one objective.
Yeah, but we're here to be spoilers to all that.
What does the term People of Zohar mean for us now? We're just fools made to dance to a tune of lies.
Why do you still fight us if you know that?
Even a fool has his pride.
But should your pride force you to waste your life?
But after being betrayed and rejected by all I've believed in, there is still one thing left for me.
Hatred of Jin?
You, Uzuki. My showdown with you is the only thing that will not betray me.
You didn't think that I would run?
That's not what I have you equipped with, Jin.
There's no chance of that. In the end, you and I are both beings who can only express ourselves through strength.
I don't think that really accurately describes Jin.
You were able to kill Pellegrini, and I'm sure that you'll be able to satisfy me as well.
But we'll be taking him taking him on in the next
As
episode.
a warrior, and as a man, I will leave my mark upon the world.